Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something that, on the surface, seems almost, well, mundane, the morning routine.
Right.
But we received this incredibly detailed account from a listener, and we're treating it less like a diary and more like a strategic document.
A blueprint, really.
Yeah.
This isn't just a list of things to do. It's the architecture of an efficient day. We're going to try and reverse engineer it.
Exactly. We're not just looking at the what, we want to dig into the why.
And our mission here is to decode the psychology behind it, to find the universal truths in this one very specific schedule that, you can actually use.
So the topic is the anatomy of a perfect morning routine. And we're starting, appropriately enough, with clockwork precision.
Okay.
So the routine begins at 7 o'clock, precisely, not around 7. What's the thinking behind such a fixed time?
Well, the fixed time, it eliminates the very first point of friction in your day.
The negotiation.
The negotiation, exactly. That debate you have with yourself about the snooze button. By making it a hard 7 o'clock, you're sort of setting a non-negotiable tone for the entire day.
It's a signal of discipline.
It is. It makes everything that follows just a little bit easier to execute.
Now here's a detail I found interesting. The source notes, they still feel a little sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yet the very next thought is noticing the sun and then choosing to smile. Is that a real smile, or is it more of a tool?
Oh, it's absolutely a tool. And that distinction matters so, so much. The sun is a great external cue. It helps with your circadian rhythm.
Sure.
But the smile, that's an act of what you might call intentional positivity. You're physically choosing to activate a positive state. If you wait to feel happy, you've already lost the first battle.
You've lost momentum. Okay, that makes sense. And the structure kicks in immediately. The next action is making the bed.
Yes.
And they specifically note the reward. My bed looks nice and clean now. We talk about small wins all the time.
This is the first one. And if you miss it, the cost is, it's that momentum we were just talking about.
Right.
Making the bed provides instant, tangible proof that you're in control. If you skip it, you turn around and the first thing you see is disorganization. It's a tiny thing, but it's a huge confidence builder.
Powerful. Okay, then it's into the bathroom. And the focus is on washing the face with cold water because it feels fresh.
So we've gone from the psychological, the smile, to the physiological.
A physical intervention.
Absolutely. It's a jolt, a deliberate shock to the system. Think of it like a quick reboot button. It spikes your alertness way faster than just, stumbling around. It's an accelerator before the normal stuff, like brushing your teeth.
Okay, now we're in the kitchen, and the sequence here is, well, it's very deliberate. It's drinking water, then making coffee.
Hydration before stimulation.
So what's the strategic advantage there? Why that order?
It's all about restoration first. I mean, you've just been asleep for hours, right? Your brain, your body, it's all dehydrated.
Right, makes sense.
If you just slam caffeine into that system, it's inefficient. You can get jitters, a crash later. Water first optimizes your body, so when that caffeine hits, it actually works properly.
And the source highlights the sensory side of it, too. I love coffee in the morning. It smells so good.
And that part is critical. It's so critical for making the routine stick long term.
Because it's a reward.
It's a reward. If the routine is just a boring checklist, it becomes a chore. But when you build in moments of pleasure, like the smell of coffee, your brain starts to associate the whole structure with satisfaction, not just discipline.
Let's talk about breakfast. The standard is bread and eggs. Sometimes fruit, like a banana or an apple.
Yeah.
This sounds like it's designed for sustained energy.
It's very deliberate fuel architecture for sure. You've got the eggs for long-lasting protein, which helps stabilize your blood sugar.
Prevents that mid-morning crash.
Exactly. And the bread is for the quick access carbs for your brain. It's a balanced approach.
But what about those fruit substitutions? A banana versus an apple. Are they really interchangeable?
Well, not entirely. They actually serve slightly different purposes. A banana gives you a faster burst of energy, natural sugars, potassium. Great if you have a high-energy task first thing.
Okay.
But an apple, with all its fiber, releases its energy much more slowly. So if your goal is just steady focus until lunch, the apple is probably the better bet. The fact that there's flexibility here shows the routine adapts to the day's demands.
So for you listening, the takeaway is that structure isn't just about timing. It's also about the metabolic strategy behind what you're eating. After breakfast, the routine shifts again, a warm shower. And the description is that it makes the person feel good. Why a warm shower now, after that sharp cold water splash earlier?
It's about moving from activation to consolidation. The cold water had a job to do, wake the system up. The warm shower is more of a comfort
A
ritual,
reset.
a sensory reset. Yeah, it kind of washes away any leftover tension, starts to shift the mind from managing yourself internally to, well, presenting yourself to the world.
And this next detail is where the intentionality really comes through, getting dressed. Specifically, a blue t-shirt and black pants. Why mention the colors?
Because it's all about conserving your cognitive load.
Saving your brain power.
Exactly. Decision fatigue is a real thing. Every tiny, pointless choice you make, which shirt, which pants, it drains mental energy you need for actual work.
So this is like a personal uniform.
It's uniform. It automates the process. That specificity isn't just a quirk. It's a strategy to save your best thinking for the tasks that actually matter.
That's a great way to put it. And then there's a final psychological check-in, looking in the mirror and smiling.
And that smile, it closes the loop. It mirrors the first smile when they woke up. It's a moment of self-assessment, of approval. It's a final check.
Am I ready?
Am I ready? Am I physically and mentally good to go? That final confirmation signals that, okay, preparation is done. Now I can engage with the outside world.
Okay, so transitioning outside. 2 items are gathered, the bag and the phone. What do these represent in this whole blueprint?
They're your tools for interfacing with the world, really. The bag is your container for responsibility. The phone is your connection, your portal to everyone else.
They're what make you functional out there.
They translate that internal readiness into external action.
The person also notes the weather is nice. How does an external factor like that play into a routine this structured?
Well, when the outside world aligns with your internal state, it's a massive reinforcement.
And it makes it easier.
So much easier. It validates the positive feeling you've already built. That walk to the bus stop feels effortless. Now, if the weather were awful, the routine would have to work much harder to overcome that friction.
The logistics from here are simple. Walk to the bus stop, wait for the bus.
And this is where the personal routine connects with the communal one.
Right, because the final observation is seeing other people starting their day, going to school or work.
That shared experience is the final piece. It sort of grounds the whole thing. It confirms that all this personal, disciplined prep wasn't just for you in a vacuum. It was to prepare you to participate in the wider world.
Okay, so we've broken it all down. Let's try to synthesize this into some core principles. We're not saying you should copy these exact actions, but the underlying ideas are powerful.
These are the 7 key psychological levers we pulled from this whole routine.
All right, number 1, the fixed time anchor. Waking up at a specific time to eliminate that morning debate.
Number 2, intentional affect. That's choosing to smile, to actively create a positive state instead of waiting for one.
Number 3, the small win principle. Do something small immediately, like making the bed, to build momentum.
Number 4, the physiological jolt. Using something like cold water to shock your system into alertness.
Right. Number 5, restoration precedes stimulation. That's water before coffee, fueling your body before you hit it with stimulants.
Number 6, conserved cognitive load. Automating small decisions like what to wear to save your brain power for bigger things.
And finally, number 7, the final confirmation. That last look in the mirror, the smile. It closes the loop on your prep phase. #outro.
So we've taken what looked like a pretty simple checklist, and I hope distilled it into a set of really effective principles. The takeaway is that a great morning routine is built on deliberate choices.
It doesn't happen by accident. And that leads to a final thought for you to think about. The source mentioned their next task is probably going to the supermarket. So if the morning is this meticulously structured to save mental energy, how much of a successful day or even a successful week depends on applying that same efficiency to the next logistical task.
That's a great question.
Is the perfect morning really just preparation for tackling the boring, necessary logistics of life more effectively? Something to think about. What is your fixed time anchor, and are you using that conserved energy effectively?
Thank you for joining us on the Deep Dive.
We'll see you next time.